Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to day 11 in Nicole, our girl abduction and also dating simulator, but not in the way I just made it sound, because that made it sound creepy. So, we have very good morale and energy today, so it's time to go and burn some of that, doing a couple of bits and pieces, I think. And yes, we will just kind of try and get our stats up, and then try and get our clues up, and we can start going from there. Let's go to the gym, shall we? Though, admittedly, I can't go to the gym anymore. The gym has fortunately cost too much. If I want to do something, I'm going to have to play some volleyball. Let's go and do that. Yes, zeal and morale up. Good, good, good. And then movie theatre seems to be a good way of getting my social skill up, which is kind of the one thing I'm really lacking at the moment. So, let's go and see. Let's go. Oh, I can't afford a movie. Yeah, I cannot afford movies anymore. I can't afford movies anymore. That's a shame. Okay, what can I do to get my various stats up in that case on the cheap? Because unfortunately, I seem to have slightly spent all my money. I could maybe, like, afford a bubble bath, but that's actually pretty much kind of it. I also can't afford food anymore, problematically. Yes, I can't afford a drink. I can't afford food. Okay, I can no longer afford to eat. So, Ted's concern last episode about me getting fat is officially not going to be a problem. I cannot afford food anymore. So, I'd be more concerned about the anorexia. Right, let's get my social stats moving up a little bit. Oh, only +1. Boo. Okay, end of that day. That's not a great day, but let's move straight on. Okay, pretty good day in class, and we're straight into the next day now. What stats do I need to start moving upwards here? Getting my social stat up is actually quite tricky, because you can spend money to do it quite quickly. You can do social things quite quickly. Yeah, that's expensive. And getting my wit up is presumably easier to do at the weekends with the extra classes than it is to do through study. Though, ooh, that's a lot of wit increase. Hell yes, let's study. Wit plus 11? Bloody hell. Okay, good, good, good. And then disco pub. Is that a good way of getting my social up too? Yeah, my social can go up a fair bit there, but again, I can't afford to go dancing. Can't afford to go dancing. There is apparently a cover for girls. That's unfortunate. And my stats are looking pretty good. I could look for some suspicious behaviour here. Yes, that's between 5 and 8 now. Is that the same wherever I go? So if yeah, that's also between 5 and 8. And then if I investigate people at the store, no, not that one. Store, go to the store. If I check the customs store, yes, okay, so it's pretty much universal. When you're looking for clues somewhere, it's always pretty much the same. So the best way to get your social skill up is definitely to have a movie night. But right now, I can't afford to have a movie night. I'm going to need to have a job if I wanted to be doing a movie night. Meanwhile, exercise and hanging out in the park are the best way for zeal and diligence. Okay, but that's fine. I can still get my clues moving up. So even though I can't, I've kind of gone to, like, this is my life. I've gone to the movie theatre. I can't afford to actually see a movie. So instead I'm going to hang around and watch other people have more fun than me. Excellent stuff. +7 clues. I didn't run into anyone I kind of knew. I learned about the usual nightlife. I can point out oddities in a flash. And that is my clues way up, as well as my wit. Wow, studying really gets your wit up fast. Okay, I might just want to study instead of actually going to extra classes at the weekends in that case. Okay, so let's keep things moving along, shall we? Okay, anthropology is what I'm studying now, because apparently I study everything. Ooh, okay, we've got ourselves a cutscene. Good, good, good. I arrive early to my economics class and smile to myself as I see nearly all the seats are free. There's always something really satisfying about being one of the first people to reach the class. If you say so, Nicole. You get your pick of the seats. You can watch everyone else pile in and silently judge them. Nicole, you're a bit of a weirdo. I mean, I don't do that. Okay, maybe a little. But it's nice to be able to relax and not feel hurried to sit down. That's why I make sure to get in class early as possible. I don't want to be stuck in the pre-class traffic jam at the back. Ugh, ain't nobody got time for that. What? Okay, I take a seat near my usual area, towards the front, near the centre. I want to see everything my professor is writing on the board. This is the perfect place to be. Once I get settled, my bag's tucked away near my feet, I pull my laptop out to prep for class. It only takes a few minutes, not that I expect it to take a while. All I have to do is pull up a blank doc, sit down, and then log on to Roller. I don't have anything better to do, couldn't hurt. Oh, I'm gonna be chatting to Voix. I scroll down, admiring different pictures of clothes and sceneries, when suddenly I reach a photo set that makes me want to groan. It's just a bunch of different pictures of Wonder Man put together, like totally harmless on their own, but it reminds me of that run-in I had with that one guy. What was his name? Kurt Maidry? Oh, I hate Kurt Maidry. I asked Chandra about him when I finally got her shoes to her that day. He wasn't lying when he said he was the quarterback, or when he claimed to be a freshman. They called him some kind of football star, like a football prodigy even. At least that's what the other girls on Chandra's cheerleading team said. Kurt's apparently really popular in those athletic circles. That's cool and all, but it still doesn't make me like him. He was totally out of line when he was talking to me, and if I see him again, it'll be too soon. Crap, I got myself worked up. I turn back to Roller in the hopes that it'll settle me down, and it slowly works. More people start to show up in class as I web surf, and I briefly take notice before returning to my laptop screen. That is, until I see him. Oh, it's not Kurt, is it? I see Kurt freaking Majory waltz into the classroom, and my heart plummets into my chest faster than an anvil off a cliff. I pray that he's only lost or something. Please be lost. Please don't be taking the same econ class as me. Either way, I hunch forward and try to shield my face from the view of my laptop screen, but let's face it, that's a lame disguise, and lame disguises never ever work. Why would he come up to me? I clearly don't like him. Well, well, well. I can hear Kurt chuckle gloatingly to himself. Why is he even doing that? It's not like there's a prize for spotting me in this empty row. You're in this econ class too, Grave? Crap, I sigh. Unfortunately. It might be just my lucky year then. I can't believe this. How could I not have known? Shouldn't I have vaguely recognised him when we first met? I didn't know you were in this class either. Where do you usually sit? Oh, today's my first time attending. Is that a bad joke? Nah, completely serious. Just didn't feel like it, you know. Figured I wouldn't have to. Do you know there's like test coming up like soon? This guy's a jerk and I hate him. Which is why I started coming to class. Kurt points to his head as if it should have been obvious he'd thought this one out, and I can only stare at him, dumbfounded by his logic. I don't know what to say. You and me both, Nicole. Kurt is clearly an idiot. You can invite me to take a seat. No. I'm so adamant about this, it's not even funny. Go sit in the back like all the other losers. Hey, Kurt Majory ain't a loser. He's a damn winner. Besides, I don't see anyone else sitting here. With a smug grin, he takes a seat next to me, and I don't bother arguing the point. It's not worth causing a scene to make him move. I'll just ignore him when the teacher starts talking. It'll be fine. I can do this. However, the moment I catch him glancing at my screen, I shoot him a glare. It's not that I'm particularly embarrassed by anything I have on screen. For now, it's just annoying. Oh, he's going to make fun of the Wonder Man thing, isn't it? Don't do that. Do what? Look at my screen while I'm doing stuff. It's creepy. Kurt makes a point to keep his position. He smirks at me and starts drumming his fingers against the table as if waiting for me to continue with what I was doing. Go on. I just stare at him. He keeps drumming those fingers. We have reached a stalemate. You know, you seriously suck. Also, you don't respect women's boundaries or requests, which suggests you may potentially enjoy kidnapping them. Nah, Grave, I think you'll find that I rule. I don't have the chance to retort. Our economics professor enters the classroom and places his briefcase on the table at the head of the class. Man, I've never been happy to see the teacher as I am now. I click out of my browser and class begins, and I focus on my teacher as he begins his lecture. This guy explains a lot, so he tends to rush. I have to keep on my game if I want to understand what he's saying. But as the lecture proceeds, it's hard not to notice Kurt next to me. The guy has a notebook and a pen out, but it's not like he's paying attention at all. Well, okay, that's kind of too mean to say. He doesn't look like he's trying. He writes after our teacher talks, but I can see a few lines of the page scratched with notes, and he's definitely having a hard time keeping up. Well, if Kurt came to class, he would have known how fast this teacher talks. Still, I do feel bad for him, a little. Alright, a lot. Sometimes I'm too nice for my own good. Class ends, and I silently sigh in relief. That wasn't so bad. I got most of the material down, I actually understood it. Kurt, however, doesn't look like he had the same luck. He leans back in his seat, and I can hear him tiredly groan under his breath. Everything okay? I'm hating myself for taking this class. I didn't know it'd be this damn hard. Well, you didn't show up, you idiot. Just try showing up more. Maybe you'll actually learn something that way. I take on a tone of light-hearted teasing, but Kurt looks very unamused. Jeez, it was just a joke. Oh, he can dish it out, but he can't take it. You know, I've known his sort before. They can dish it out, but they cannot take it. Yeah, very well. I didn't find it funny, Grave. Kurt slams his notebook closed and reaches on the table to pull his backpack out. Do you like need this class? What are you thinking for your major? I don't know. Business? He doesn't even know. He says it so non-committally that I wonder if he just thought of that right now. Okay, then you definitely need this class. I'm only taking it for the GE requirement. I'm actually thinking of majoring in law. Law, huh? Didn't peg you as the type. The type? He better not be saying I don't look smart. I had enough of that crap back in high school. The law type. When you think of someone going into law, you think tight suits, turned nose and stuff. You're not like that. For one, you're way too sizzling. Though hell, I bet you pull off sexy librarian look real well. Can we punch him in the face, please? Can we just punch him? And you say I tell off. It's not an awful joke, Nicole. He's just being a sexist dick. What about me? Kurt does that thing where he gestures himself like I should be honoured to bask in his glory. Can you imagine this fine specimen of man going into business? Trust me, I can rock a suit. Got the prom pics to prove it. When I originally read the line, I read it as porn pics to prove it, but no, thank God, no. I'll pass on the pics, thanks. But you in business? I take a moment to imagine it. Can I really see Kurt doing well in the business world? Yeah, you know what, Kurt? I'm not really sure that you belong in a job, full stop, actually. Really not convinced. Not sure at all. I hesitate and hum tentatively, not sure if Kurt will like what I'm about to say. I don't know if I can really see you doing business. You don't seem that into it. Maybe like a famous football player, yeah, but businessman? I don't expect Kurt to like what I'm saying, but for some reason he seems excited by my words. Oh. Apparently I just I improved my relationship with him. Alright, fine. You really think I could be a famous football player? No, I've no reason to believe that. I blink a few times, taken off guard by his seemingly positive reaction. I pictured him reacting a lot differently, to my honesty. Yeah, I can. You're supposed to be our school's quarterback, right? I think you earned that somehow. It's not like I've seen you play, though. I'm only going by what I've heard. Heh. I'll have to take you out to one of our games, Grave. Send those doubts to rest. No, thank you. I'm not too into the athletics scene. You're missing out. I love it. Grew up on it, actually. Kurt beams as he starts going into his story. I started playing football when I was just a kid, around the age of 8 or 9. Totally dominated the touch football league. Just made my way up from there. Got into the school for an athletic scholarship. Scouts came to one of my big games, saw me rock the field. Rest is history. Kurt waggles his eyebrows at me. You impressed, Jetgrave? No! I ignore his question. There's something I don't understand. So, wait, so do you like playing football? Like it? I love it. The feeling you get when you're running down that field, your eyes zero in on the ball, you get your hands in position. Kurt mimes the action like someone just threw a pass from the other side of the classroom. It's freaking awesome! Gets you way pumped up and I can't get enough of it. Then why go into business? Kurt's the one who's surprised now. He looks at me like he didn't understand what I just said, and I repeat myself. Why business? If you love football so much and you're obviously really into it, why not stick to it? There's a beat, and Kurt glances away to scratch the backside of his head. Going crow is tough, at least that's what I've heard. You got to keep your body in shape, and one single bad injury can end your whole career. Besides, my dad's big on business. Once I graduate, he can just hook me up with a job with one of his companies. Oh! Oh, good. You're an idiot at economics, but you're not going to bother showing up to class, and then you're just going to let your dad get you a job somewhere that you haven't earned. Yeah, I'm shooting the guy the hell down. Is that really his reasoning? Don't know if his dad is some big shot businessman, but if he is, wow. Spoiled much, Kurt? Good! Nicole, me and you were in agreement. Kurt suddenly looks around as if remembering where we are. The whole class is empty. We've seriously just been sitting here talking the whole time. Whoa, this place is deserted. I guess I got too caught up in our conversation to notice. Surprisingly, the truth, and Kurt seems oddly pleased by it. It's the Matrix charm. Girls get a taste of it and they're hooked. Kurt leans in, eyeing me like a predator locked onto a tasty-looking morsel of meat. Of course, you're free to taste whenever. Can we slap him? Can we slap him now? Please slap. Don't you dare finish that sentence or I'll hit you right in your Maidry charms. I'll push my shoulder by chum, I mean business, and Kurt laughs. His hands raised, palms outwards. Chill out, Grave. You ruin your face if you get all angry like that. He rises from his seat and slings his backpack over one shoulder before waving me off with a raise of his hand. I'm gonna jet now. Gotta get ready for team practice. Lady Grave. Yeah. Bye. I don't even look at him as he leaves the classroom, leaving me all alone. Kurt's annoying, I can't deny that. But I think I kinda get how he ticks now. It was interesting to hear about him, if I'm gonna tell the truth. However, he is still a pig. To think, I was even gonna offer to lend him my notes. No, we were not going to do that. We were never going to do that. That was not an option. That was not a flipping option. Right, let's go study to finish off this day, because apparently that gets your wit way up. Yes, study plus 10. Flipping heck, that is good. That is very, very good indeed. Yes, we have very high wit, which should hopefully mean we're good at hunting for clues. Let's go listen for clues in the place. Yes, 5 to 8. And yep, plus 5, not so great there. End of that day. So apparently we're doing well with Kurt by accident. Okay, so when I get jobs, they'll be affected by my stats too. Right, let's get a night's sleep. We are in good shape. And, oh, apparently we've got no... Oh, it's Saturday. All right, well, let's do this weekend then, and we'll call it apart there. And what do we need to get up? What is a bit low at the moment? What does cheerleading get up? Cheerleading gets up zeal. I don't need to get zeal up. Zeal is fine. I need to get diligence up. Diligence. Yes, diligence. Let's do some jogging in the park. Plus 4 diligence. Good, good, good. That's looking well. And then, I need to do something that burns my morale a little bit. I need to do something that was, well, I can burn anything really. Yeah, let's go and do some search through newspapers. Let's get some clues. Clues. Okay, good. So my clues are up to 66. I'm feeling good about that. And then we can also, let's go socialise a little bit. Because I feel like it feels really hard to get. No, I don't want to socialise. I don't want to sacrifice energy for morale. That's the last thing I need. I need to do something else. Yes, I need to observe people. Let's observe people in the park for plus 5 clues. Yep. And, what else do I want to do here? Oh, I can do an extra class as well. Okay, what was an extra class worth? An extra class is worth really little wit. That's so bad. That's 2 game turns for that little wit. I should just study in the library in the week. No, don't do extra. Okay, never do extra classes. That's what I've learnt. That's not general life advice. Don't do extra classes, kids. And then we should. I can't afford anything, so I guess we will socialise then. Yep, let's get socialising. It's so bad. That's so bad. Oh, okay. I may be doing this wrong then. Apparently, the amount of clues increases you've raised your other stats. So you might want to wait until you've raised other stats. Okay, don't go after clues. Prioritise other stats. Okay. Prioritise the stats here, people. Prioritise the stats. Let's go to the football field. Because apparently that gets zeal way up. And I've got plenty of energy right now. Yes, plus 11 zeal. That is a good response. Good, good, good. I'm kind of actually lacking in options here. You know what? I'm actually going to do some more cheerleading. I'm going to do a bit more cheerleading because let's just get the zeal up more. Yeah, zeal 13. Good. Zeal is now a good stat for me. That is excellent news. And then, my energy is very low at the moment, though. Yeah, I'm actually just going to take a nap and then go straight into the end of the day. Yep, end of the day. Good. So that's got my... So my energy will be in a good state tomorrow. Good, good, good. My zeal is massively up. And as we reach Monday, we've got one more little scene here. Let's do this then. So this is the building my professor mentioned, I think. I'm standing outside a tall school building, one of the newer ones, judging from its appearance. Apparently my professor's lab is located in here somewhere. Oh, it's going to be Jeff. If I'm lost and I'm standing here, that normally means Jeff. I need Jeff's help. Because apparently I'm 16 days into my school career, I still don't know where anything is. I kind of have this thing where I get to know my teachers as soon as possible. It was super easy in high school and my teacher said it was a good habit for me to take with me to college. But apparently, you can't go talk to your professors whenever you want. You have to wait for this thing called office hours to go and talk to them. I was able to meet with my 3 other teachers, but my bio professor apparently has some weird meeting to go to. So after asking, well, pestering for emails, about him talking, he agreed to meet with me. The only catch is I have to swing by his lab instead of his office. He said he works during the time. It's pretty nice of him to meet me there, even though he's busy. Oh yeah, that'll be Jeff then. That'll definitely... Because Jeff worked in the lab, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he said he did. Maybe all of those emails had something to do with it. I have the room number for his lab, so finding it's a matter of following the directions on the lobby map. After a few flights of stairs and some numbers of halls, I finally reach what has to be my professor's lab. Quietly, I slide the door open and peek my head inside. Wow, it's really clean in here. Black surface lab stations are lined down the middle of the room, and on the side are 2 fume hoods with different coloured knobs. I feel like a fish out of water in here. I don't know what anything is. 2 students in lab coats and goggles are working at the lab stations, and a girl happens to look over when I walk in. She makes a face like I'm a wet dog just coming out of the rain. Am I not wanted or something? Can I help you? Obviously she's talking to me. Oh yeah, I'm looking for Professor Garver. Is he in right now? He stepped out for a bit. He needed to get something from the lab storage downstairs. The girl gives me a look from head to toe. Who are you, exactly? She's in one of Garver's classes. Ah, here's Jeff. Hello, Jeff. That's an unusual place to keep a pen, Jeff, but okay. Also, there's a surprisingly stylish lab goggles there. To my surprise, I see Jeff stepping up to greet me. Why are you surprised? He told you he worked in the same area as your professor in this class. Never mind. He gives me a small wave and a smile as we lock eyes. He did say he had a position in this lab, now I think about it. He might be a while, so if you don't mind, I can take care of it while you wait. He looks for his fellow lab worker and tilts his head. No problems with that, right? Just make sure she follows lab safety rules, Jeff. She leaves it at that and returns to her work. Geez, I know I'm not some kind of sciencey person, but come on. What does she mean by lab safety rules? Jeff lowers his goggles over his eyes and taps the sides with gloved hands. Gonna need one of these, a lab coat and some gloves too. He takes a look down at my feet. And your shoes are closed toes, nice. Just put on what I told you and you'll be okay. Meet me back at my station when you're done. Jeff gestures at the back of the lab, bringing my attention to a rack of hanging lab coats, and heads back to whatever experiment he was doing before I came and interrupted the piece. Oh, very fetching, very nice. None of the lab coats are flattering, so I pick a medium-sized one and shrug it on eagerly. I never had a chance to wear one of these before, so there's just something about putting on a lab coat that makes you feel smart. After that, I snagged a pair of lab goggles and gloves from the side and head on over to Jeff. Okay, so I'm feeling like this might be the wit guy in that case. He's in the middle of overlooking a pair of beakers, so I take the opportunity to pull the goggles over my eyes. The elastipan snaps snugly around the back of my head. How do I look? Jeff looks up from his station and gives a glance over. I strike a little pose in my lab coat and goggles, grinning. Perfect, you look lab ready. Yay, okay, so what are we doing here? His lab station is a medley of beakers, test tubes, whatchamacallits and various liquids already being heated on a hot plate. I take the opportunity to slip on the latex gloves at the site. I wouldn't want that all over my hands. I'm preparing to analyse chemical compositions. One of the main things we do in this lab is study the chemical constituents of soil, plants, water and other materials. It's not exactly pharmacology, but it does have chemicals. Jeff loses me as his voice takes on an excited, intellectual tone. I remember him sounding like this the last time we talked about chemicals. So, like, you just study what chemicals are in what things? Jeff's smile hitches up at the corner. Aha, that's a good one, Nicole. Putting it so stupidly like that, you're funny. Oh, Jeff, you're a bit of an asshole. He forces a few more laughs under his breath as he turns back to his experiment. I was actually serious, though. Wait, did he just insult me? Hey, what did you mean by that? Shh, this is the important part now. I watch Jeff as he moves with the efficiency of an assembly line. He pours, measures, stirs, filters, then goes back to repeat the same process with the other chemicals. It's actually kind of amazing to watch. I never thought I'd have to say that about anyone working in a lab. Yes, that's our Jeff. I jolt as I hear the girl's voice come from behind me. She watches Jeff work with brief admiration before turning back to me. When he gets like this, it's hard to shake him out of it. You can say his name as much as you want, and it'll be like you said nothing at all. Dang, he's really in the zone. You can say that. He's something of a role model for the younger students in the lab, even some of the older ones. Smart, precise, and worst of all, the guy's too nice to hate. Garver loves him, and he's always there to help if you need it. You just don't think people like that exist. Then you meet someone like Jeff in the flesh, and you're like, dang, I would have to step it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, so what you mean is that Jeff is actually perfect. I flinch as I hear the crack of breaking glass behind me. Oh, what have I just done? What the? Whipping round, I see a mesh of glass shards before Jeff's feet, and he's looking down at them all zoned out like he hadn't realised what happened. Jeff, what happened? Did you hurt yourself? The other lab assistant grabs Jeff's arm worriedly, and her touch seems to bring him back to reality. Sorry, I was careless. That never usually happens. Jeff gestures to the corner of the lab at the container. Don't worry, I'll sweep everything up. Please get back to work, or I'm going to feel bad for disturbing you. Well, if you're sure that you're not hurt. She gives Jeff a final thorough look over before returning to her station. Meanwhile, Jeff collects a dustpan and hand broom from atop the receptacle from earlier. He sighs as he kneels down and starts sweeping up the broken glass into the dustpan. At least there wasn't any chemical in the test tube I dropped. Jeff, are you sure nothing happened? I think he overheard what I said. Of course, Nicole. I was just careless, that's all. Sucks, but that's how it is, I guess. Like I'm going to believe you accidentally dropped a test tube right after watching you in action like that. I point right at him. Something tripped you up. Jeff stops sweeping for a moment and stares down at the floor, hiding his face from my view. I couldn't help but overhear you talking, is all. He looks up and smiles apologetically at me. Oh, I think I know what he's getting at. I know it's never anything bad, but it gets tiring to hear it all the time. He lowers his eyelids and starts grumbling under his breath. I mean, how would you like it if the rabble spoke about you like you were the main attraction in some tawdry back alley freak show? Aww, Jeff, it's okay, man. Huh? Where did that come from? I didn't even think Jeff was capable of talking like that. Realising what he said, Jeff nervously laughs. You know, something like that, ha. Still, it doesn't distract me from that colourful statement of his. He must really not like being gossiped about. Okay, do I tell him he should be flattered, tell him it's annoying, or... Definitely not tell him he should be eavesdropping. He should be flattered. He's smart and he should be flattered that people admire him, but... I would agree with him that it is annoying. Wait, hang on. Oh, flipping heck, I just noticed that at the site. Oh, the clues. The clues are a lot... oh, blimey, heck. Okay, it's going to take a lot of clues to solve this. And it's like, do I have to get to 1,000 clues or something? Flipping heck. Alright, good. Right, that's worth knowing. Good. We have a long way to go, apparently. You should be flattered. It's annoying. You shouldn't be eavesdropping anyway. Ooh, it must be annoying for him. I'm going to agree with him. Let's agree with him. It is annoying. Yeah, I wouldn't like it if people talked about me all the time. I tapped my chin a few times and thought, would Jeff mind if I told him this story? Well, at the very least, he'd know he's not alone in this. Actually, I know how it is to be taught like that. Ugh. Like, back when I was in high school, people used to talk about me all the time. Not to brag. Seriously, I'm not. They used to say things about how well I did on that last test, or how nice I was the last time we went out to eat. That kind of thing. I liked it at first. It was nice to be admired. Then it starts grating on you. You feel like you can't mess up. It's like, hello? Can you talk about something else, please? I'm not here for your amusement. So annoying. I anxiously twirl the end of my ponytail around my finger as I realise how long I've been going on. Jeez, it's not like Jeff asked for a lecture. But yeah, what I'm trying to get is that I get how you feel. So don't worry about it. I'd say just keep doing what you're doing and don't worry what others are talking about. Isn't that easier said than done? The tone of Jeff's voice lowers and he stops sweeping. That's honestly rather admirable that you can shrug off other people's concerns so easily, but you shouldn't judge things based on your own terms. Jeff smiles and his usual tone of voice returns. Might have been harder for some people, you know. The sudden change frazzles me. Okay, I can't be imagining this. It's like Jeff turns into a different person sometimes. Okay, Jeff, we already know he was a liar, and apparently he can switch moods very quickly. Slightly unreliable. So maybe sometimes the red mist descends and he abducts women. Just saying. Hey, I think of other people too. I was just trying to make you feel better. Oh, it worked. Oh, good. Okay, good. Relationship +5. We don't want to, you know, Jeff might be a good match so far. Let's just keep an eye on that. Now that he's done sweeping, Jeff stands to his feet holding the dustpan, carrying the glass. It's great that someone understands how it feels. Thanks, Nicole. I do feel better now. Oh, well, okay then. I'm glad you are. I actually thought he was upset with me. Goes to show that all you need is a sympathetic ear sometimes. I wait by Jeff's lab station as he goes to dispose of the broken glass. It doesn't take long at all, but just as he's coming back, the door to the lab swings open. Oh, welcome back, Professor. Professor? I turn to see my bar professor walking in. He's already wearing a lab coat, looking smart and sharp as usual. That didn't take long at all. Thank you. They'll be delivering the scales we need in a few minutes. They offered to calibrate them for us first. Garver's eyes fall on me, then he squints as though he's trying to remember who I am. I don't believe we've met before. Are you the new intern? Oh no, science isn't really my thing. I'm Nicole Grave, the girl with the emails. Garver makes a face like I just brought up several uncomfortable memories. Geez, sorry guy. At least you won't forget me now. You're a tenacious girl, I'll give you that. You'll go far if you keep that up. Sorry, I just wanted to talk to you before we got too far into the course. No, don't apologise. I wish that more students were as proactive as you are. Garver looks over my shoulder, presumably at Jeff. Ah, and I see Mr. Ryan took you under his wing in the meantime. Yeah, Jeff's been keeping me company. He taught me what to wear in the lab and what you guys do in here. It sounds pretty important. But way over my head, I silently add. As expected from Mr. Ryan, if he doesn't mind, I'll be happy to spend some time speaking with you, Nicole. I'll make sure the scales go in the proper areas, Professor. Leave it to me. Excellent. Right this way, Nicole. We can talk more in the back. Great. I have a few questions. I'm about to head into the lab's back room, but I stop and turn to Jeff first. Thanks for keeping me company, Jeff. It would have been weird just standing here all by myself. Jeff smiles and offers a small nod. My pleasure, Nicole. I smile back and leave with Professor Garver, so Jeff can get back to work. I know that small accident with the test tube was partially my fault. Jeff made it sound like it happens to him all the time. I feel so bad. Wish I could help. It has to be something I can do. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out eventually. Even guys like Jeff need help every now and then. Alright, let's just finish off this day and I think we can wrap it up there. So, zeal is looking good. My diligence is not looking so good, so maybe I need to do some more jogging. And I cannot get my flipping social stat up, can I? That is difficult to do. Can anything in the pub do that? A little bit, but not too much. I just really need to focus on getting enough money to be able to go to the cinema. Yeah, that seems like a good thing to do. Let's just do some homework. Actually do some homework. Get my wit up a little bit. And it is apparently the end of the day. Excellent. We are doing well with all our boys, apart from Darren, who I'm guessing is Voix, but we don't really know yet. Okay, right. So, I think we've had a couple of good conversations there, and we will pick this up next week. And in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been a little bit more of Nicole, as I get to know some of my potential boyfriends and suspects a little bit better. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Good dodge, man. Question is, can you keep it up, cop? Oh, no, you can't. Ooh, nice. Oh, didn't quite get that one, though. We are going to the gun store in style. Oh, where's my partner? Oh, he's not here. Oh, so long, loser.